Vladimir Babi from Odessa will now have to spend several days in a hospital ward, recovering from concussion and damaged kidneys. He can barely walk and has to be helped. He's an activist from the Progressive Socialist Party of Ukraine and was among those beaten up during what he described as a violent attack on a peaceful act of civil disobedience.
They dragged me into a bus and put me in headlock. It's when one of your arms is under your chin and the other one is above your head. They didn't let me breathe. They beat me till I was unconscious. I came to when they splashed me with water, and I heard them saying, "Don't let him pop his clogs here. Call the medics." They were professionals at beating. They hit me in the kidneys, but so that no traces are left.
We acquired this amateur footage of the events at the party's headquarters. On the 7th of July, a group of men, some in police uniform, some not, conducted an attempt to forcefully dismantle the socialist tent camp. Something the party's leader, Natalia Vitrenko, said they had no right to do, as the protest site was set up in full accordance with the country's laws.
It's absolutely legitimate. Ukraine's legislation says a notification has to be given. The constitution articles have details on that. They say if people want to have a rally, a demonstration or a picket, the main thing is to inform the authorities. We did it in full accordance with the constitution. Our rally is absolutely peaceful and people have no weapons. They neither throw stones nor block roads.
We turned to the Interior Ministry for clarification, but there wasn't anyone who could tell us what happened. In fact, the protesters themselves doubted that the attackers were genuine policemen. Nevertheless, the camp was erected again, this time uniting several hundred people from all over Ukraine. They drew posters which speak for themselves. The party is trying to stop what it calls NATO intervention. Location of this tent camp of the Progressive Socialist Party of Ukraine is not accidental. It stands across the road, just meters away from the entrance to the Chernomorsky military base, the venue for the proposed NATO war games, called the Sea Breeze. This is not the first time such tactics have been used in Ukraine. In 2006, thousands hit the streets of the Crimean town of Feodosia, blocking the streets and jeopardizing a military exercise. In the fight of the people versus NATO, it was the former who won. After 20 days of protests, the war games were cancelled. This time the protesters are calmer and say they will barricade the road only if attacks on their camp continue. They insist that it's a peaceful protest and that they simply want NATO officials to see that Ukraine's possible accession to the organization's ranks is not welcomed in this post-Soviet state, at least among some people. Alexei Rashevsky, RT.